Okay, it looks like I'm wide again. Go with the facing 3/4s. Hope everyone's having a good day today. It's a bit unusual. Normally it's this one here. If there's more space on this side, I think I'll approach from this way. Okay, so he attaches. So he's trying to make this as big as possible. We're just going to try and take the corner. We'll just play solid. Not really much potential on this side, but we want to be strong here so we can reduce here later if we want to. Or jump out. But since he pushes here, it's kind of forcing us just to go here, which is actually giving us some more potential over here. And then he plays here. So there's not really a cutting point, and this is kind of like his moyo he was aiming for. So to play inside of that, it just feels really bad. So now I can turn here, and when he goes here, he's only getting like an extra 10 points here if he takes it. So we're happy to just keep pushing and let him take the few points there, because the wall here is going after a lot more. And I can either play something over here to try and grow this area, or I can play down here to limit what he can get at the bottom. I think I'll go ahead and play here because I get the feeling he's probably going to attach here, and we might get something similar. Then not this one, it's normally this one. So here there is some leftover cutting points here, so I don't want to play this right away. I just want to defend. So when I push here, he can't really Hane or anything because there's lots of cutting points he has to worry about. And he does get to play this move, which kind of takes away some of my points, but it's not too important. So I got this in. It's pretty strong. Even if he invades, should be okay. I'm going to go ahead and just close my corner and try and grow this as big as possible. So he played a split here, but normally when you play a split, you want to make it to where you can make a 2-space extension on either side. Since he didn't, I'm going to block the side where he can't really make a good 2-space extension. So now this group becomes very weak. And these 3 stones is just a little bit too small. Yeah, you can Atari and try and capture, which you might not have enough liberties for. But the main thing is this is very weak. I have all this potential here and here. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and try to attack this, and if he wants to take the 3 stones, he can take them. So instead, he tries to invade. I don't want to let him connect too easily, so we're just going to go ahead and block. And blocking here also kind of saves 3 stones. He makes an overextension here, but we're not going to focus too much on that. We're just going to try to make our corner as solid as possible. And he is the one that has to worry about living. So we're just going to try and surround. If he can live, that's okay. We're just going to play as solidly as possible. It's a little bit too small to play here. We already have potential here and potential at the bottom. Hard to say what to do. There's not really a good move here to try and take all of this. We could just go something like this. We can also try to invade here because we're very strong here and he doesn't quite have 2 eyes yet. That seems like the best option, just because his group is very weak. And if we can get extra stones on the outside here, which seems like we're going to, it helps make this more solid as well. And we can still connect under. He can live, he can Atari and go down, and then this will live, but then I'll cut off this group. He connects. Definitely not a good way to live, because now I can just Hane here and it's dead. So we're gonna leave that for now and see if he finds it later. I'm just going to go back and extend here. And he protects. We'll push once more. And defending this is definitely too small. He should be worried about other areas. And we're just going to surround him. He cuts here. So if we block this way and he goes here, he can kind of capture this and live. If we Atari this way, we just ladder. So we'll go this way. And ladder. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and capture to be safe. And block here. So he does manage to live, but he gave us a lot of strength on the outside. And still, it's not 100% alive because we can threaten these later. But for now, this is just too small. He gave us these stones here. So we're just going to keep growing our potential. Okay, so he's coming back to try and live. Because this is so big, we aren't really too worried about him living here or not. This already has an eye, it can live in the corner, connect out, so we don't have to worry too much about it. So we're just going to try and separate them. And just stay connected. Because as long as he can't really connect or get two eyes, he can't really live. We just have to make sure we don't die. So we'll just go ahead and extend here. And extend. So chances of him living here was already pretty small, but now we're also getting this nice wall here that makes it easier to protect the bottom side if he invades. And he has to be very careful about this because, again, he'll play here. But he didn't have to worry about it right now because he can capture these. So if I were to play here, he just captures this, he has two eyes. But since he played this one, pushing through is not really Sente. So I can Tanuki again. And we'll just try to fix some of the weaknesses here while reducing his points. And then just kind of completely seal everything. And still some Maji here he has to worry about. Okay, again, keep them separated. And he goes here. So here, again, if he lives on the second line here, it's not really a big deal. So if he wants to live, we can let him live. We'll just make this area stronger and even harder to invade. He goes here again, we'll just block here, and block again. And stay connected. He cuts. So if I go here, he wants to Atari, I have to capture. He can turn and capture 3 stones. But we're pretty strong, so we can just connect here. He goes out, we just make a base for this group. This group is all connected, so we just have to stop from being cut off and stay connected. And the chances of him making eyes here is pretty low because we have very strong groups. No matter what he does, it seems very difficult for him to make 2 eyes. Because we can just slowly reduce. And the chances of this making 2 eyes seems very low. He can make at least 1 eye, but 1 eye is not enough to live. And our groups are strong everywhere, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. He connects. Really nothing here, so we can go ahead and just push. And hopefully capture 3 stones, because then that would fix all of our issues here as well. So now 0 issues with this group. We got to reduce. This is connected. There's a cutting point, but I can connect under. But we don't want to let him connect to this group. But if he's not careful, this could also die. I kind of forgot about this one for a minute. Yeah, just stay connected. This is almost a pass. It's not really making eyes. All my groups are connected and alive. So I think we'll just start in-game and go ahead and save the 2 stones. That's actually might not be big enough. We can also just jump out here, which looks pretty big. So I think we'll do that one. And we can also capture these stones here. And then there's still this cutting point, which is actually starting to become an issue as well for him. Okay, stay connected. Stay connected, even though here we probably could have Tanuki'd as well. Stop him from making an eye. Stay connected. And again, stop him from connecting. This doesn't help too much. And yeah, again, this is another pass. Even if he connects, this whole stick doesn't have 2 eyes. This is dead now. So now we can Atari here and cut. Okay, so there's some Aji here. And Hane. Yeah, we can capture. And we can't extend because when it goes here, we can't Atari. So we do have to play here. But still lots of Aji here. But we are pretty far ahead, so we probably don't even really need to try. So yeah, we'll just start in-game. Big in-game. Connect. Okay, and he does resign. Well, hopefully that was at least interesting. And well, I'd like to thank my Patreons for their support. I really appreciate it. And thanks to everyone for watching. And I'll see you all next time.